Alright, if I remember correctly, we were escorted here after Julius tried to steal from the camp. We came here to try to let the Guardians know that we're helping, and the commander doesn't like us, and pick collars on both Alizé and Alphanold. Didn't do me, because obviously I'm a G. I'm the GOAT. Exactly. But if I do anything, they'll get a shock. So, I'm here helping. Then we're going to try to find more information while we're around here. Alright. Yeah, throughout the time, I've definitely been leveling, so level 89. Can't wait to get to 90 so I can start summoning the actual primals. Alright, let's do this. Julius has his orders, unpleasant though they may be. As per Lord Quintus' instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Terratum. Before you ask, no, I do not have a key or any other means to remove your collars, nor would I tell you if I did, and if you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean, or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shot collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of their situation, and above all else, don't use magics of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphano and Alizé will pay the price. Of course I'm free to walk around. Can I attune? No, I cannot. Alright. Say so. What's up? You came with Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you best keep your hands off the Aetheryte. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. Oh, okay. There are others throughout the city, built by Garleans, for Garleans. Could teleport all over in a blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the Aetheryte's power to keep this place lit, though that comes at a cost of its normal function. Sabananus? Can't say his name. So, cold. The young soldier is on the verge of losing consciousness. Not allowed to use magic. Magitech radio. This radio is the same model as the one used at Victor's spoil. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Marcellinus. I know who you are. The so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear out. Ugh. Damn. Tore the sutures. Of all the times, the worst of the lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for Elbert's bleeding us, if it wasn't for the third bleeding us, we'd be the end of you. Virgilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape, took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounds as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell, and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar, the terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call this a mercy. Mind intact, but body broken, a soldier in name alone. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could, murderer. Y'all came at us. Octavia, I can say your name. It's you, Kai Minato. I served under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your adventurers, You killed them, my comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozens, as though they were nothing to you. And maybe I am too, just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until our countrymen return, until you get what you deserve. Mark my words. Not Quintus. Who am I talking to? Ah, you're in here. Did you learn anything of note? Then your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? What do you want me to do? You said we can't use magic. Flavius. Maybe I just hold my hand out and you'll feel better. My presence is enough. Who's there? My eyes. I can't see all that well. Thank you. The numbness has subsided. But I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, then so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. So those you met fear no better. I was afraid you would say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies. Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade him, though we need to persuade Julius first. Alright, what we gotta do? Julius, your people need food. Stop being a little punk. Well, seen enough? Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work, and we've a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greater concern, though. We had some ceruleum set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of getting better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Everything will change. Those mysterious countrymen of yours, I assume. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or, in the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Telephora. Then he made his way inside Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We'd identified the seat of the enemy's power, we realized. Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions to prepare for a combined assault on the Telephora. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we will bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. Alright, make that dude say yes. So, did he agree to it? Of course he didn't. No, he would not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for Ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You lot are more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. Just take it. And draw up a paper. Say we don't owe you nothing. Something. Julius finds himself in somewhat bizarre position of leading ambassadors of an enemy contingent on a salvage mission. We will begin our search for Ceruleum in Regio Urbanisma. The first location informs Solius, a part to the northwest of this station. You are to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Yay! Get to beat up some more stuff. Let's go. Oh wait. I have things that can move me faster. I don't need to walk. Not that it's going any that much faster. I need the map to this place. Trying to slow down my reading a bit so I don't mess up. Ooh. Trying to burn my face off. Alright, what we gotta do, bro? Oh, not talking to you. Talking to Miss Alizé over here. So this is the park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The housings were built later around them. A healthy society requires communal space for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the empire, the great Solus Nos Galvus. Zas. Did we come to extract ceruleum from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we've drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the Machina in the vicinity. But as our ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time, in case something has been overlooked. I see. Then with your permission, we will commence the search. Alright, where am I to look? The shop counter. I doubt any would be here. Though rather small by Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant stall. Perhaps it was built for children to play as shopkeeper. There is nothing inside resembling Magitech or any other device that would be fueled by ceruleum. Running through the bushes. He already said he drank this dry. A curiosity inspection of the wrecked Magitech armor confirms that the fuel canisters have long since been drained of ceruleum, as Julius said. Recognizing that was a waste of time to look at that one. Going up here. Okay. Maybe some spilled on a map. It was on the walls. Okay. Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Soleus. The pond, children's play areas, to your knowledge, however, none would require use of ceruleum. Yeah. There's a slide that something fell on it. Oh, didn't fall. Almost got it. Whee! The contraption is built in the style of Imperial War Machina armed with a battery of weapons and compatible with transforming into different configurations. What? But on closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Okay. Whee! Yes, this is a war machine, definitely. Just take the ceruleum from us, man. Oh, it's you. Any luck? There's no sign of ceruleum any ceruleum. Hardly surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. I couldn't help noticing you gazing at the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes. I mean, no, It's just, I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over. So like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. We've stayed there if I didn't drag them out. We'd be sopping wet when all was said and done, every time. And every time, when we get home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated? With a ceruleum-powered heater, by chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath the hatch. But that was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. We can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. With the machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I'd wager it's still unbearably cold, though. Julius, what are your thoughts on magic? The average Guardian would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first has a few foreign signifiers and medici, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take you won't mind if I employ a little now. Alphanaut, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once that's done, a blast of her fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. Tank isn't going to fetch itself. There's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed ceruleum from a frozen lake, like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. That's insane. So fancy a dip? Ew. Alright, a funny little competition might make things interesting. Last one to find ceruleum tank is a rotten egg, though I dare say we'll both smell like rotten eggs when this is over. I don't lose. Alright, which one? Which one? We either going northwest, northeast, central, or south? Well, if it's heat in the pond, it has to be through the middle, right? Let's go through the middle. You delve in the murky water but come up empty-handed. Dang it. Alright. Let's keep it going. It's not over here. Beneath the water, your fingers catch onto what you think might be a handle. Oh. Okay. You open the hatch and retrieve a ceruleum tank. However, your grand discovery comes at a great personal cost, as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and rancid odor emanating from every elm of your body. Julius Wadotles feels compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver him your prize. Well, I found it. Don't matter. I win. I killed myself. See that? We're good. Did you find anything? I hope you did. Should did the sniffs. That's it. And there's still some ceruleum left. Ah, the fire's still not ready. Hold on. I'll give Alphanaut a hand. Alphanaut. I said his name wrong. Call me an Udon because by fire I am reborn, and my clothes are mostly dry now. I appreciate you recovering the ceruleum, but I wish you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you've been treated, in Lord Quintus' eyes, you're still envoys deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Julius, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Did you grow up in Garlemald? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contributions to the Empire awarded an estate. We lived well, better than many. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down for a hot meal with family, visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song, of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in the brief respite, the ice would melt at the forgotten grass make its triumphant return. Gray clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings, we climbed the top of the tallest building we could find to watch the sunrise. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble. Those friends dead. And those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had. Soon our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. Now the fire has burnt out, Julius is ready to move on. Alright, now that you recovered from your escapades in a pond, there's another location I'd like to search. Just outside the park. I guess he's gonna take us a tour over the city. Or just the area. As you can see, this place is littered with the remnants of various types of war machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time, that time being now. Rather than prize them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you to stand well clear to avoid being hit by shrapnel. Before even bothering though, you should check the War Machina's ceruleum gauge to see if there is any left. It should still provide an accurate reading even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use an explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. Understood. Let's get to work. Alright, let's go. Let's see. According to ceruleum gauge, tank is empty. Alright. It appears that it has been broken, give you no way to determine how much fuel is in it. I'll come back to that one. We'll mark that. This is empty. This is broken. What about these things? We can just kill these things? If they're all automated, they're probably running on ceruleum too. I guess. Ah, there we go. And this one is broken as well. So much for giving accurate readings. Alright. Let's set these bombs. After successfully removing the War Machina's outer casing and retrieving the ceruleum tank, you find it completely empty. Oh, would you look at that? Completely empty. Huh. Still half full. Okay. Alright, Julius, I got your stuff. All your blue stuff. More explosives? Wait, is that what I think it is? You've done it again. Truly, luck is on our side. Yours. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait here while I go see how Alizé and Alphanaut are faring. There, I'll just chill. What the heck was that? Is that a person? Where'd you get that mob? Got a Reaper over here. Got me over here alone and freezing.
I'm so cold.
While y'all chit-chatting.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we?
Huh?
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
How the...
After you left with the Garlean lad,
Huh.
Lucia bade a few of our scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything.
Oh, it must be a link pearl. Okay. I responded silently.
The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
Thanks for keeping me company, Thancred.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
Because I am the protagonist.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
This reminds me of Final Fantasy VII.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Propaganda.
It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
And you might be being stupid.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
Your voice is echoing. You talking loud.
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eulus spoke?
Oh, his name's pronounced Eulus. Dang, them silent letters. Always sneaking up on you.
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
Word?
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Do as he says. He does not want to.
Get them out of here.
What's going on? Alphino and Alizé will be fine, providing they do not resist. Once again, Ulysses has been entrusted with an unevenable task. You will accompany back to your camp, where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus' demand. Before we depart, however, there is something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, supplies and surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to legionaries Marcellinus and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the Elo for further details in those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. He said, oh no, is Marcellus Wallace. There you go. His name is Marcellus. You again. Asked the Elo. He said, so, that's to be aware of it. After all this, how ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it, for the glory of Garlemald. So close to 90. What do you want with me? Ask the Ale. So Lord Quintus has reached his decision. I knew he would understand. That he would recognize the savage is a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him, we must too be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty. What? They keep pausing in between. This is suspicious. Euless, what's really going on? Have you done as instructed? Their duties involve more than the transportation of supply. Yes. Duty is rarely a simple thing. We have been given additional orders, though whether we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your contingent. You and I are in this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There is one other matter, a place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. I don't walk. What are we waiting for? Euless lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate.
Oh, so y'all know about it already.
When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald.
Actually, that's a cool design then.
But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
They don't save us.
I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
It's no use. Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Don't be hard-headed now. Seriously? Just go over there.
It's so cold.
This is reminiscent of a scene?
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people. One race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
True.
Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos. Searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics.
Can't become attached to something if you don't look at everything else.
A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance.
True. You can't just say this person does this or they're automatically the enemy.
I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
Who did grow? When I first played this game, you're just a cocky asshole.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand. To refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Guess you're gonna be, I love you, brother.
God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives.
This is starting to mirror real life a lot more than it should.
Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alisaie.
Yeah, of course. We could have just...
The scouts have secured Alisaie and Alphinaud. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More coming!
Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
You still got shorts
This
on.
child may be the worst emissary I've ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity.
Some things you just gotta give up, my man.
I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Yo, don't. Serious? Somebody stop him.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
Somebody has to stop him. Y'all walking.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Oh, done. Yo, he spittled it all over the flag. Much and more has occurred since last we met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. Good luck. I'm really gonna do some dumb stuff. With the immediate crisis averted, Lucia seeks to gain a clear understanding of the present situation. Before you proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. They were preparing for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry? A reckless, short-sighted plan that risked the welfare of the people they sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, we will only incite panic. But perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Eulus back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alphinaud, Alize, and the scouts sent to extricate them should be already at the station. I will also have other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood. I gotta walk all the way over there? Ah, okay. That'll make me travel everywhere because that Ether ain't working. First off, I want to eventually be able to fly here. It's pride. It was just pride. I see it. I'm almost there. Just gotta push that a little bit, and I'm 90. Let's go. Oh, Graha, Kai, and Euless. We just arrived before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What's happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the tent, he relieved us of our duties. Then when he was alone, No, he wouldn't. Thancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We are ready to commence the transfer of the refugees to Camp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us want to live. Songs and standards be damned, we just want to live. We need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If any would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see they reach our camp safely. I actually like you, Euless. You gotta say yes. Help us out. I don't use my own feet. Am I able? Hey, what's up, Steady? Ah, it works. It works. Alright, y'all ready? Y'all coming? It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? To think we could reclaim it, rebuild it all ourselves. Before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me. Take me with you, please. Oh. Thanks, bro. Now you trading. I do like the way that looks. Alright, Casso. Well, got the Etherite sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments, and now it works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, the one in Lantarum is also functioning as normal. That's where you lot are staying, isn't it? Now that most of us are packing up and leaving this place, I reckon there'll be more use for me and my skills over at your camp. Alright. Getting most people to come over. sorry, Euless. Why? Best not to dwell on it. Not when there's work to be done. This is where it happened. Damn. My man spittled himself. Ah, it's you, the one who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you are not from around here. I thought you were one of us. Not that it makes much difference now. Purebloods, migrants, savages. After a while, the words start to lose meaning, until all you're left with is anger and fear and hate. And I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'd be glad to accept. No more walking over here. We have much to discuss. On rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass. What we hope to talk about with Quintus. But all of that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Yeah, all the ones I talked to, actually. Think to 12. Think to 12. You and I should go first and secure the route back to Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures tempered skulking about, I expect we'll have our hands full. This should come in handy. Conquer's chains, courtesy of Leminzin's friends. I save it for the tempered, though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on your map. Once you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp. Oh, the riffraff. Go. Azure here woman. Wait, is that who I think it is? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Another side quest. And I gotta go all the way up here. We'll do that later. So close. Gotta finish this fade actually. I'll probably give him a level. Can I make it? Ooh, I might not make it. I might not make it. That's 66 already. Oh, I made it. Woohoo! Through the gate. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta see all this. I need to see all this. We're gonna start here, then go down. Cool. Watch out. The gold is coming through. coming through. Alright, bro, this look like a Ruda. Yes! Yes! That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Yes! Oh, that felt good. That looked good. That's amazing. Wait, what's the... Hold up. Hold up. I did it. Alright. Testing it out. Made them larger. Oh, that looks good. That look good. Let's go, Ifrit. Let's go. Oh, that look good. That look good. Oh, yes. Man, y'all can't mess with me. Oh, that look good. Yeah, never so far away. So can I fight him normally? Now you come with me. I guess not coming with me. Somebody will pick you up. I don't need to. I'm already leveled. Ooh. I missed that entire thing. Ah, we cool. Ain't nothing here. You see no threats. Hey, Emperor. Please. I'm a true summoner now. You Titan. I'm loving this. I'm loving this so much. All right. Let's go back to camp. Oh man. I think the less class on my level is ninja. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. What you want? You want a scrap? A scrap? Yeah. That's what I thought. Ah, there you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The temper proved somewhat troublesome, but those chains should keep them under control until our allies take them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to gather a few supplies and then return to the station. While I see to that, would you mind apprising Lucia of our progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting forays, but I'll save that for later. First things first and all that. Oh, beast! Beast! I'm gonna do my rotation correctly. I just want to see them all come out. Ah, Kai, I was informed of Quinston's suicide. It must have come as a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some were receptive to our proposal, but I would hear your first-hand account. I answered silently. That so many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops who participated in the ambush are no exception. They will be afforded the same treatment as any other refugees. Perfidi would notwithstanding. Perfect. Okay. After all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, there's no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies that these soldiers were acting under direct orders of their legatus, and that following his suicide, they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that, had he lived, he would have been tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability. Or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. The latter. Who could say? I don't know the man or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him, and it falls to us to clean up the mess. Alright, we will end it there. I got to 90, I got to summon my summons, I could do my things, and stuff like that. Now I'm going to build some decorations. Thank you guys.